Welcome back to more Night of the Full Moon. We've had a request come in to play the Knight on a Hard 7 as our next video, so let's go ahead and get started. We are, of course, playing with the diary cards on, and the Knight is going to be... Shipborne Artillery is one of my favorite blessings, as it works so well with the equipment deck. And it might have been better to go with the cheese trap in the long run, but doing 6 damage just for equipping an equipment, including your first equipment, can really help speed us up. Let's also take a look at the greedy chest. A lethal weapon is tempting, but I'm going to pass on both of those for now. Let's look at upgrading. Yeah, we'll upgrade piercing attack. And you'll see that my new blessing is going to speed us along because it accounts for the equipment that we start with, as well as any equipment we gain throughout. So when I fight enemies who have 6 or less health, they simply die. Okay, let's go ahead and grab us some extra HP. I'll probably want the twisted hairspring. Let's defeat the sealed chest and the cursed phantoms as well. Oh, they're actually going to survive the first turn. They do discard our hands after our first attack every other turn, and so we are dealing with having to wait a couple of turns in before we defeat them, but that's okay. Now hopefully we're going to get a lot of equipment to really make use of our shipborne artillery. Ooh, I'm not going to risk countering for 1 damage. Okay, we'll do that. And now we can finish you off. Here we get another starting equipment slot. Will become very necessary. We have another upgrade. Let's upgrade piercing attack to its 3-star rating. Sleepless Goat discards our hand after we play 4 cards. And so it really is about card economy there. It has 1 card left. We'll need to do at least 3 damage. But fortunately, we do 20. Execution, of course, doing additional damage at certain health thresholds. We aren't finding much more equipment, and as I say that, we get the Toy Spear. Toy Spear is a great card on the end of our turn. We gain Spear Strike times 8. If you face the Card Knight, I forget exactly what it's called, they have a very similar ability. Spear Strike, if we don't take damage, will deal its full damage at the beginning of our next turn, similar to the Nun's Prayer cards. Do I get that? I'm going to pass on that. Similar to the Nun's Prayer cards, but in fact, it will... Oh, there we go. Be reduced by the amount of damage we take. So he's done 6 damage so far, so 6 minus 8 is 2, and that's what we take. Let's go ahead, we'll do that. Execution becomes available. We deal 20 damage. Perfect. I love support. Deal 1 damage, draw 1 card. When you play an attack card, draw this card from our deck. Okay, exiled, gain 10 armor, gain an action card, maybe. I'm going to go ahead, before I decide on that, we're going to go see what else we can grab. Okay, that's that same chest. Poison Dagger. Not my favorite equipment, but it's what we're going to go for. Now, Clockwork Horse, and both of these are great. This is really where it's at. I am going to, we'll leave that there. Let's remove that. In Clockwork Horse, on the end of your turn, deal 2 damage, gain 2 armor. Beautiful card. What do I want to get rid of? We'll get rid of a basic attack. Now, we don't need this shy chest, so we'll cancel it out. Okay. And we'll just save our execution for when it matters most. Okay. Ooh, you know what? I am going to copy this. Oh, you know, that was a bit of a waste. We can just execute next turn and win. That's okay. Alright, we level up, deal 5 damage, either player draws... Nope, we're going to go with the health. And you know, let's use a bandage and cancel it out. We can upgrade for free. Let's upgrade that. And just to see, I could have X'd it, but just to see what our third card is. Okay, we have 2 shops. We do probably want to get from that. We're not going to get our Hairspring, but this is a very good card for us to get. Okay. Blessings, blessings, blessings. I'm going to go with the equipment slot. And what do we have here? We have a health gain. Yeah, let's grab the health gain. We'll grab our Clockwork Knight, which is a great card. It gets a random equipment and then does damage equal to the number of equipments once it's all set up. We start with 1 less card. Not going to necessarily go for that. Gain 1 health for every 5. You know what? Let's go with the Vampire Codex. We have a lot of equipment there. Very nice to see. And let's fight the Tryst Woman. So this is going to equip us 2 cards, which means our cannon goes off twice. And you'll see we are still doing quite a bit early on. Very nice. Now that is going to become less effective in Chapter 3. In Chapter 3, that's where the other blessing, the cheese trap, might have become more important. Let's upgrade the spear. And in here, emergency rations is great, but we're not going to spend our money on it. Okay, we will equip that, or attack that, use that, and we've broken through the Rat King's armor. I would love to have copied the Rat King's equipment, but we can't with this class. Oh, let's just finish you. Alright. I feel like that executability is just based off of a lot of good warrior combinations. It feels really good to do. The one that comes to mind the most is World of Warcraft's Warrior Execute. So now we're going to start with 3 equipment. Or no, 4 equipment. That's our 4th one. Magic Mirror is going to copy our deck, but not our blessings. I usually fear the... what is it called? The Chameleon a little bit more. Particularly a late game Chameleon. So now you can see our Wild Knight has wound up. It gave us a free Clockwork Horse. And on the end of our turn, deal 1 damage for each equipment we have. Very nice. Grab that. Grab another piece of equipment. Deal our 6 damage, and we'll end our turn to let our Clockwork Knight finish it off. And the Butterfly Guard. In Diary Mode, I love the Butterfly Guard action card. Or Butterfly Guard action card. Oops. just because it robs the opponent of their mana and action and gives it to me. Ah, Baby Dragon reduces our damage. So you can see we only did 5 damage there. Let's draw. Okay. Our armor helped with that, which is great to see. Go ahead and... Oh! I love the armor generation of these clockwork horses. And this will be it. I love that our equipment becomes very powerful offensive cards. Let's go ahead and look at upgrading this. We'll get armor times 6 with it. And fight the... Oh, or fight the sorcery bush. Now, the more damage we do in a turn with the sorcery bush, the more damage reduction it gets. But unlike the baby dragon, sorcery bush's damage reduction goes away at the beginning of her turn. And so, when I get this, that's just fresh damage. Okay, so 4 more experience and I will level up. Here is our Mech Magician. And I believe, I might be wrong, but I believe based on the recent reveal, it was the Mech Magician who gave Engineer Red, I'm going to grab the extra health, Engineer Red the mechanical heart that she has. However, oh, I played the wrong one. Oh well. However, if you want to take a look for yourself, they posted it on their Facebook page. And so just look up Night of the Full Moon's Facebook. Okay, you know what? I'm going to copy that. Get the extra damage out there. And Amnesia Tavern, we're going to be dealing with another basic attack. We have quite a bit of money. What's in the shop again? Ah, yes. I want both of those. So let's look at our equipment. I definitely think that the Tower Shield is one of the best ones we can do. We draw an extra action card and get an extra action. Specifically an armor action card at the start of our turn. So having that is nice. I'm just wondering if the Blazing Cloak... You know, the Blazing Cloak I'm going to treat very much like the Dirk. It's nice to have, but it's not next... Or it's not necessarily a must-have at the start. Let's go ahead and use these bandages. Upgrade is free, so we will do that since we'll probably be getting rid of these other basic attacks. And the Bizarre Rune, actually Whirlwind Axe is a wonderful card, I might go with that. But Bizarre Rune takes 3 additional damage during their turn. Goes well with the Cloak, but again, it's not a super necessary card to have. Here we have Sacrifice. I do like Sacrifice. Yeah, let's grab the extra HP. There's no reason for mana. I don't even know why I stopped on that. And what shall we turn our basic attack into? Gain a random attack card. Not the best card, but it's better than a basic attack for 1. We will again go through the forest. Grab our apple. Grab the Witch Blessing. Justice Trial is one of my favorite late game blessings. And since we do so much damage with our equipment early on, it means that we made the right choice with the cannons. It was lucky. Let's see. Choose an attack card from your... No. We're going to pass on that. What are our shops say? I do like the Horseshoe. At the start of your turn, enemy gains a basic attack and you draw a card. That's decent. Really, we have a bunch of decent equipment cards here in Chapter 2 and not the money to get them. Ooh, now I have to decide. Yeah, we're gonna unfortunately lose our whirlwind axe. That was really the best thing there. I'll skip out on the Amnesia Tavern for now. What do we have here? Martyr's Sword. Goes well with the armor, but I'm gonna skip out on that. And let's fight our clown friend. Okay, which to do? We're gonna do that. And we're gonna do that. And so, how Justice Trial works is we've done a bunch of damage, and at the end of our turn, for every 5 damage we've done cumulative, we will do 1 damage. So let's... I believe the 11 damage was from the Justice Trial. And that's every turn, which means doing a lot of damage early on, like we do with our equipments, really works out well for us. Okay, I will sacrifice... Yeah, I'll deal with that. One more turn and the puppeteer is gone. Yeah, the knight equipment build is my favorite build to just do a lot of damage really, really quickly. And here we get our Clockwork Call. Excellent card. Alright, so now we have 5 shops remaining. We're going to pass on you. We will grab that for money. And now we have not enough. So I have to decide here. Do we gain armor for each equipment we have? Or draw a card, an extra card every turn, which I do like. But we're going to gain the armor. It fits our theme more. Just paying the 1 to see what else is available. And moving on to a quick Chapter 3. Okay, now here we have a number of good cards. Numbness is great for anyone. Competitive is especially good for certain versions of Knight. However, Toy Box, for us, round effects of all equipment triggers twice. That, of course, is what we are going for. Gear Wheel is a pretty good card as well. And so is Facing Off Against the Hunter. Okay, so let's go ahead and play our... Oh, I forgot about the counter. I do that so often, but that's okay. We're going to grab the Woodcutter's Axe. Alright, and here is where I'm going to take a quick pause in our recording. For you, it'll be just a moment, but I will be back. And we're back. One of the interesting things about leaving a game like this going is you tend to forget exactly what you're going for. I know that I was doing equipment, but here we are upgrading one of our attacks one last time. And what's in the shop again? The gear wheel is what we want. Gain armor and trigger all equipment, or all the round equipments. You know what? Let's go ahead and get this free upgrade as well. And face off against the Gargoyle Warden. I have to remember you're going to counter whatever I do first. So we'll do that. We'll do our second Clockwork Knight. We'll do a sacrifice. And our toy box causes the knights to not only activate their first ability, which is to equip a random equipment, but the second ability that they would normally have to wait a turn to do so, and that is their damage for every equipment equipped, which is why the toy box and the toy knight work so well together. Let's face off against the Frog King. Now, I've done a 4 Horsemen achievement video. We interestingly have most of the ingredients for that. All we need is something to copy the first card we play. And what we would do is we would copy our knight action card, then play it, and we'd get 2 copies. And that's a quick way to get your 4 Horsemen achievement. It's one of the easier achievements if you know what you're looking for. Okay, clockwork. And yeah, let's get our basic random attack. We'll draw that 1 prank card. And you die. We'll grab another equipment slot. Absolutely. Let's see what we... Yeah, horseshoe is exactly what we wanted. So now we're going to get armor real quick. And you can see we already have 10 armor. And we'll end it. So here in Chapter 3, we are just sailing through. When they indicate the knight is the easiest class to play, I'm pretty sure it's the equipment knight that they're referencing. So if you are having any difficulty getting through to hard 7, I know some of you expressed that, then you might want to try starting with the knight just to get a feel of how these combinations really work together. You can see I have defense, I have offense, I have a number of blessings that are working for me, and your experience will be different. You'll get different blessings and equipment cards. But this tree just went through all those cards, couldn't do anything, and we finished it off. So let's do, I guess, another upgrade. I said one the last time, and for some reason I thought we were further along in the chapter than we were. Okay, we'll do our Clockwork Knight. Our random equipment. Ooh, another horseshoe. And yeah, drought will not be able to do much. Now, some builds later on, if you go witch or if you go a few other versions, the werewolf, you can actually get a 1-turn kill on the cursed werewolf right away. But a lot of those are offense focused, which means that you may have some trouble if you give the werewolf or any of the enemies any turns to play. Oh, we will take that. Okay, an Eris, we've already done so much damage. So, I mean, with the witch you have chill, you can do with the werewolf you have healing and a large portion of health. Yeah, we'll give you pranks, mostly because I want to. But the knight, your strategies, you can go for a purely offensive deck. And the interesting thing about that is it's not necessarily any better or worse than the equipment deck, but the equipment deck gives you both offense and defense. I'm going to go ahead and grab my free health. And we have enough for our gear wheel. Love the gear wheel. I don't... Ooh, Strength Blessing might be good. I'm going to go ahead and pause collecting anything further. What's in this shop? I don't actually want anything from there. Interesting. I do like the take 1 less damage armor, but we can get that other ways, and it doesn't stack. Like that way. Alright. And as you can see, he's not going to get through our armor. The poison goes off against armor. Maybe it shouldn't. But it does. And we'll end, and he dies. Such a combination at this point, we can probably sail through most of our enemies. And we're up to 40 armor. Very nice. We're going to deal over half his health and damage to him at the start of our turn. We'll do that. And what do we get? We get another equipment slot. The more equipment slots we start with, the better. Okay, now that may need to change depending on what we purchase. Fearless, draw 3 cards. Okay, Battlehorn is good. You get until the end of your next turn, or end of this turn, draw 1 card each time you plan an attack. If we were going for, I believe it's the Fatal 4 or others, that would be great. And then our Divine Strike, but that doesn't really help us. I am tempted to just grab the Horseshoe and get the double armor, since we really don't need our red cloak equipped right away. Let's pass on that. Strength Blessing, I'm probably going to end up going for that. But again, I'm not ready to make a decision just yet. I want to see how much gold we're going to pile up. I may have to make a decision. And so I'm going to say that the additional armor is overall more important. And let's remove that. Is more important than the additional damage for a single turn. Okay, oh, absolutely. Deal 2 damage, draw 2 cards. A very, very nice card indeed. Here's our Amnesia Tavern. Let's drop our Prank. Is there anything else we want to drop? Because we do have the money. The basic attack might not be such a bad idea. At this point, though, our deck is running pretty much like clockwork, speaking of the upcoming engineer class. Ha ha ha. And we don't really... Yeah, let's go ahead and fight you. You know what? Let's gain some armor. I like their treasure hunt. I do. Okay. We have 3 actions. We, of course, will do that, that, and that. And now we will use Gear Wheel and trigger all-round effects. We're at 40 armor. And now we're 81 armor. He's not getting through. I should have probably copied our Clockwork Knight. And that is fine with me. You can take that cloak. It's not vital to our build. And really, another great thing about this is we don't have a single card at this point that is vital. We have additional ways for getting our Clockwork Knight. At this point, we have 2 of them. We could have technically had 3 of them. And so, and that card is guaranteed to start at the beginning, but even if we didn't get it, we'd still have our first Clockwork. And so it really does work out for us. Ooh, I do like Spike Barrier. At the end of your turn, deal 1 damage for every 4 armor we have. We have a lot of armor. We have even more armor. 186 armor is what we got up to. And let's see, plot. The next damage you deal from a card, we're going to get our health. Now, we have 5 cards remaining and 140 money. I'm going to actually pass on the armor. What's in this one? Ooh. Another horseshoe. And then we are down here. We can afford 1 more of the health potions. And we can upgrade this to deal 5 damage, draw a card. Very, very nice. So let's take a quick look and see if I want to unequip anything for a 3rd horseshoe. And I think I'm actually going to unequip the horseshoe. I really don't need this much defense to go off against the cursed werewolf. But, yeah, if we get that spike card, then, oops, it would be especially nice. But I do like having the added defense bonus. Of course, if he gets the confession blessing, it may not matter how much defense I have. Pranks, I can deal with pranks. Temporary spell card. What's this again? Add 1 to counter. Alright, and he's going to regain health for all the damage that he deals, which is fine. I'm going to do this, but ooh. Yeah, let's get our Twisted Hairspring. I'm going to copy our Clockwork Call. We have 3 of those now. And we started with so much equipment. We have a sleeker deck, so we're allowed to do that. We're out of actions. Oh, let's trigger our effects. Okay, very nice. And we are gaining damage. Our Justice Trial is going to be through the roof. He has to do 98 damage to even break us. Yes, we do half damage. And we have some chill, so we are going to be suffering some damage loss, but not nearly as bad as he. Okay. Let's get the close combat. And we have 2 more actions. Let's, trigger round effects. Gain a random attack. Yes, oh, I don't know why I thought it would still copy it. But Gear Wheel, we'll copy Gear Wheel, which is what we should have done anyways. Draw the card. There's our pranks. There's our toy spear. We're up to nearly 400 armor. And I think our Justice Trial just did 113 damage. And even if he casts weakness on us, there's nothing he can do. This is hard 7. And you can see that with the equipment deck, if you want a nice hard 7 build, this is a really good way to do it. Inversely, the Soul Hunter, I still struggle with getting hard 7 on the Soul Hunter. And I would say struggle is losing more often than I win. So just keep that in mind. Difficulties really do vary. Okay, 64 damage from the spikes. Our Justice Trial would have gone insane if he had had the Resurrection. Okay, so here's our build. We have the Sleepwinding Knight. And we have our... where's our call? Yep, our Clockwork Call, which we can double using our ability to get 3 of them. Our Blessing Toy Box was amazing. Our Blessing Justice Trial is always great. And, of course, starting with Shipborne Artillery, the moment we got Justice Trial, it became clear that our damage from the Shipborne Artillery would matter more than our Cheese Trap. So I'm not entirely certain which one would be better without that, but the early damage means that Justice Trial ramps up very, very quickly. Of course, when we are dealing with artillery, close combat becomes a 12 damage action card. We are really placing a lot of faith in getting equipment down quickly and getting as many equipment slots as we can. We might not have gotten so many equipment slots if not for Shipborne Artillery. So that is our build. If you enjoyed this video, let me know. And if you want to see another class, let me know down in the comments below. Again, this was a request by one of our viewers, and thank you so much for that request. We love hearing from you. And if you want to see more of this, just subscribe and hit that bell notification to be notified when we come out with our next Night of the Full Moon video. I am Nidanoski again, and as always, have fun.